Hi everybody, my name is Angelina and I work here at the Education Department at Utah's Hogle Zoo. Today we're going to be learning more about conservation by doing crafts.
So we're going to be making a lion out of repurposed material. This is an activity we've shared with our conservation partners in Mozambique, so it's cool to think that we're doing a craft that's being done around the world. You'll need a few things to do this activity. You will need some repurposed material like paper or cardboard, some kind of adhesive like glue or glue dots, pens, crayons, or other colored utensils, and scissors. Our first step is going to be to draw and color our lion's face, so I drew a quick drawing of a lion's face and now I'm going to color it in. Lions tend to be kind of this brown color, so I don't need to color too hard, but I do want to make an outline so I can make sure I can see where I want to glue things later. Now that color of lions, it really helps them blend into their African savanna home so they can sneak up on prey. Lions are pretty neat animals. So they are the second largest species of cat. The boys can get up to 500 pounds, which is really, really big. And they're a little bit different than any other species of cat. So most cat really enjoy being solitary, or they like to live by themselves. They might hang out enough to make sure they have a baby, and the moms and babies will hang out until that baby is grown and ready to do things on its own. But lions are a little bit different. They live in a pride. So they live with a whole bunch of females and one or two males that are in charge, and that gives them a couple different advantages. They are able to take down different prey, food that would be way too big for just one of them to take down on their own. So they can take down really large animals, including things like giraffe, which is pretty incredible because that is the tallest land animal. So they are pretty great hunters. Now we're going to add some of our details to our lion. So I'm adding some whiskers. I have some teeth. You could have whatever facial expression you want on your lion. I think the teeth are kind of cool, but if you don't want to add them, you don't have to. Now, using whatever repurposed materials we're using, we're going to cut strips. These strips can be long or short, thin or fat, however you want them, or even better, a mix of all those different things, and you can use different things. So I'm just using some cardboard from some pop that I had, but you can use whatever. You can use scrap paper, you can use envelopes, whatever you have that you would like to repurpose, that's okay. If you have different textures, it's going to make it more fun, but you're going to need a lot of these strips. Our next step is going to be gluing all of these strips onto the mane of our lion, and this is something that is going to take us a little while. So the first layer you're going to want to do, you're going to kind of want to just make an outline of this lion's face. So you can kind of see how I'm doing it. Just doing one layer at first, just going around that line, and that's why I wanted to have a nice outline around my lion, just to make sure that I'm putting it in the right space. Now, lion manes are pretty cool. So lions are pretty easy to tell who's the male and who's the female, because the males grow this really thick fur around their necks, and sometimes it goes on their bellies and their elbows. And there's a few different reasons why people think they have that mane. They think it might help protect them when they're fighting, because boys fight with each other way more than the females do. But it could also signal to the ladies that they're healthy and they're fit. There seems to be a preference for females for males that have a darker colored mane. So that might say, hey, I'm big and I'm strong, so I could take care of our pride. And it could also signal kind of toughness and fitness to other males, saying, hey, you don't want to mess with me. I am so big and I'm so fit. I'm not somebody you want to challenge. I'm not somebody you're going to win, and you can't take my pride. So that is the lion mane, but it's kind of a neat thing. Another weird hair fact about lions is, out of all of the cats out there, the lion is the only one that has a tough tail. So they have the short hair that goes down their tail, and then it ends in kind of this kind of big tuft of thick fur, and that's not something you find on other cats. That's a lion thing, and that's pretty neat. Now, as we go around and we kind of finish our basic outline of this lion, we're going to start to want to fill in the blanks. We're going to want to make sure that you can't see any of the cardboard on this lion. So we're going to go through and we are going to stick a different layer on. If you have different types of material, this could be where you add some fun textures and stuff now that you have your base layer to kind of support that mane. It's kind of fun if you also have different colors for this activity, make it look cool. But this is kind of your project. Just make sure you have a nice thick full mane so you have a nice fit lion. So lions are in trouble, and that might not be something we always realize because we see lions all over the place in books, TV shows, and movies. So it's sometimes hard to realize that an animal we see everywhere is in trouble, but lion populations across Africa are decreasing. So here at Utah's Hogle Zoo, we've decided that the African lion is an animal we want to really focus our conservation efforts on, so we partner with an organization called the Niassa Lion Project. And this is a cool organization that works on lion conservation in Niassa, Mozambique, which is where there's one of the last really big populations of wild lions. Now, lions face a number of different threats in their habitats, but most of them are related to human-wildlife conflict. This is something that happens not only in Niassa, but around the world, including right here in Utah. So by doing research on different ways that we can prevent that conflict from happening, helps not only lions, but animals in our own backyards. If you want to learn more, come check out Utah's Hogle Zoo, or you can visit the Niassa Lion Project's Facebook page, and you'll learn more about lion conservation and all the cool ways that we can help animals in the wild.